Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Lord, for a new day to trade. Not financial advice, educational purposes only. Let's get started. Y'all can probably tell from my voice that I'm sick, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be on today, but I'm here now. So just got up not too long ago, so I want to see what kind of pops we get at 7 o'clock. Haven't traded anything today. Yeah, Alex, I probably won't stay on too long, but I want to see what's happening at 7. Probably be short, but if something pops here in the next little bit, I want to play it. KZIA curling back up. It's right at the 200 daily now, or a little above it. But I'm probably going to sit this one out. Well, it's kind of tempting, honestly. Nah, the locates are too pricey. I'll probably pass on it. But it might not be a terrible entry because it looks like it's somewhat in a downtrend now. The locate fees are kind of pricey, though. Yeah, this is the EMA. Or at least on mine, that's where it's at. Look, right here. And it's acknowledged it, so I think it's right. Right here, it got to it, then failed. I'm probably about to miss a beautiful entry right here. Watch it just fade away. Let's go. 5K yesterday on OLMA short. Nice job. OLMA squeezing right now. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get into OLMA. Yeah, I'll probably pass on it. Yeah, I kind of want to play KZIA. How's the locates look again? Let's see. Oh, they've gotten more expensive. So yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one. I really want to like a fresh new pop. I'm not trying to get in something I already played. I mean, I will if the setup's there, but I'm looking through all these plays right now, SGML and STEC, VRA. None of them really look appealing to me right now. But yeah, for those of y'all that tune in regularly, y'all can probably tell from my voice I'm a little sick. So if it's dead today, I probably won't stay the whole time because I haven't really even been making that much money in pre-market. I've been making most of my money intraday and after hours. Kind of just keep doing this because I know it will heat up at some point, but it's been pretty brutal. Oh, that one did have a nice flush order. Boom. Man, this one's tempting. If the low, I really think it's probably gonna fade from here, but I don't want to pay for the locates. It's crazy. Last couple days, I'm glad I live streamed after hours. The last couple days, it's actually been pretty fruitful. From like 4 to 4:30, some decent flushes. But yeah, pre-market, I'd rather get some rest if it's slow, but I'll hang out for a little bit. We'll see what happens today. It's funny because I keep thinking I'm getting over being sick, and then like the next day is even worse than the last. So hopefully I'm peaking today. Yeah, Ordo probably. Probably. Well, but intraday and after hours is late for you, but intraday's had some setups, but yeah, pre-market, not making much. Glad I didn't get into KZIA. It's pushing now. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't. I see Colin said good morning. That's something I learned from him. The high locate fees are kind of like a warning sign. And I already know this one from after hours yesterday. It has a very small float, 1 million float. So best to stay away from it. It's at the top and it's only 56%. I mean, 56% is solid, but for it to be the top gainer on the day, that's not that high. And I saw your comment PR 12. That makes a lot of sense. It probably will be dead today. Yeah, Ordo, I'm sure that'll be the story. It's the part that I don't that's frustrating is it does kind of look like it's starting to be in a little downtrend. So I would love to get a position, but the locate fees are too high and maybe the rigging's not over yet, but um and it's 1 million float and it had decent news, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I can't even remember what their dilution offering stance is, but I'm not gonna play it, so I'm not even gonna look it up. I'm just kind of keeping it here because there's nothing else to look at. But if y'all see some, let me know. And the comment earlier about OLMA, I did play it some yesterday, but I don't want to make a habit of playing this. It's outside of my market cap. I like to max out around 200 million, and it has like over 100% insider and institutional ownership. So kind of already broke my rules yesterday playing it, and I took a little loss on the move up. Made some of it back throughout the day. Not all of it, but made some of it back throughout the day. But it's when I break my rules is when I lose money. Like I've actually been like when y'all heard me say this many times, but I try to beat it into y'all because I like learning the hard ways. Um, yeah, same thing is strange. I got caught in it too. I caught a little move down right here, um, but I don't keep saying this just to brag. But like I literally had my 30-day win streak, and I broke it by breaking my rules, like trading in a time frame I know I'm not good at. So then yesterday I had to recover a little bit from this one. I did, but like point is I break my usually when I break my rules, sometimes I win. A lot of times I win, but if I take a decent red loss, it's usually me breaking my rules, not me following my rules, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to try to avoid it. And if this is in your criteria, all good, all good. But it's not really in mine. So I pushed the limit yesterday. It got me one time. I got some of my money back, but still frustrating. SGBX. Yeah, I missed it. That was a little bit of VWAP. Man, this is wild. No new pops. SEMR? What is this? I'm grabbing some locates because this thing is super extended. Dangerous though because there's it's not very liquid. What is this? What is this? It was a big company. I wonder if they're having earnings or something. Might be a buyout. I'm pulling up. I didn't realize I didn't have my news feed up, so I'm looking now. I'm not seeing anything. Wonder if they had their earnings today or something. Y'all seeing anything? It's a buyout, yeah. So I figured. Y'all know I like to jump in these excessive pops, so I got in around 11:20, but I just closed out. So lost maybe like 10 bucks on it. No big deal. Oh, now it's flushing a little bit. Um, KZIA flushed immediately. Yeah, the money rotation's been real recently. And that wasn't a good distraction because it's not going to move around much. It's going to bounce between probably 11:10 and like 11:50. It's probably not much is going to happen with. Well, I didn't see the buyout price, but that's usually what happens with these buyouts. They don't really move that much. So not much to play. Definitely. I don't know how to answer that. I think people are playing it quick, but I wouldn't be surprised if other like you said, institutions or algos or whatever push it up too. But retail probably push it up. There's people that, and I've even tried this, like playing the news. Whenever you see good news, get in before the move up, and it works decently in hot markets, but I'm sure there's some retail that got in that move on the way up. Dang, KZIA, well, a death candle. I see SCA say that candle is on Cialis. This candle is on the opposite. This is a what I call like a, well, I wouldn't call it a death candle, but that's a nasty candle. Grandma's playing baseball. The brutalness continues. Hey, Michael, I saw your comment. Um, Appreciate the heads up, but yeah, I'm a short seller, and that's a almost 4 billion market cap, so it's not really what I'm looking for right now. But I appreciate the heads up. And it has 288 volume. It's e-liquid. Yeah, I'll play if it gets a full retest, but I don't. This thing is still kind of in a trend right here, so Even if it was to fail this, like, where's it going to drop to? Maybe right here, or kind of what it did. You know, if they made its next move up. It's kind of, and it's like a multi-day runner, so I'm probably going to sit this one out unless we get a 460, 470 retest. But yeah, let me know if y'all see anything. If not, I'm gonna wait a couple. Let's see what happens at 7:30. 2 minutes away. See if we get some PRs. I'm not gonna probably make as much small talk today because my throat is on fire. So trade the pool. Their VWAP is a little off. I see. Still want to try one of those accounts, just for the fun of it. Maybe one day. I might do a little trade the pool challenge one day. You can make $100 to 100K challenge. Trade the pool would ban you in a month. Way too profitable. That's what scares me about them. You hear all these stories, and I have control issues, a little bit of control issues. So them telling me how to trade would kind of irk me a little bit too. But maybe one day. Yeah, no, that's why I've kind of stayed away from them. It's strange. But we have a few people in the group that's I think had some luck with them, but I think at some point they do eventually because it's a business, don't they? I mean, they'll cut you off if they start losing too much money from you, I imagine. So it's 7:30.
Rhyme.
RIME. I'm getting it pulled up on my phone, then I'll get it pulled up for y'all. It's already fell back down. And look, STBX immediately flush. Or maybe it was already flushing, I don't know. Is that sarcasm, J Money? I know you've heard of these prop firms and their little sketchy ways at times. So I'm gonna wait for it to push up. Oh, you're so naive, J Money. I'm just kidding. Nah, no. So you're trading simulation. So they're not making money. They're making money off your buying new evals. But if they actually have to pay you out consistently, then they're losing a lot of money off of you. So a lot, and I'm not saying TTP or trade the pool is, but you hear about it all the time, especially in futures trading, where like after they make a certain amount of money, they'll cut you off because it's a business decision. Like every time we allow this dude to pass an eval, we got to pay him 10 grand. You know what I mean? So um, that $200 eval fee doesn't pay for itself. So we're getting a push up. I'm gonna get a position if it gets close. Okay, now I'm grabbing a position here in the 240s. So I got it exactly at 240 actually. So let's look at some dailies on it. I should have already been doing that. Oh, there's a 200 here. I'm about to grab some more locates. We about to, since I'm probably not gonna trade much. If it hangs back up, oh dang, I should have been over here talking too much. Oh, it's back up here. So I'm about to add a decent size here. Okay. Now I should probably look and see what the news is. Man, my stock Titans is acting up. Feel free to share it if y'all see it, guys. There we go. Getting a little pretty nasty flush on it. Might cover a little here in the 220s. Let's go. I'm out of most of my shares. I actually not heavy, but I entered 2,000 shares, so I'm out of most of it. But I got a few runners. I don't know, J Money. Is there some that do that? I'm not an eval, and I don't want to throw shade at all of them because again, some of our people in our Discord use them and they've had success with it. So, but maybe there are some that actually copy your trades. I don't know, but most of them are simulation, I think. Anyways, this pushes back up to that level. I'll play it again. Anybody tell me what the the news was. I still haven't found it. My my stock Titans is acting weird. Won't let me log in. Oh, earnings. I see it. TradeZero finally posted it, so their EPS is actually down year over year, but their sales is up. Got it. Okay. I might add some more. If it gets closer to a little bit closer to VWAP, I'm gonna add some more. I think this one is kind of trash, to be honest. I think this will be a good like money rotation one too. If like something else pushes, people probably forget about this one. But yeah, I saw your comment earlier too, PR. I agree. Especially if you're new, it is a good way to start like making sure you follow your rules because that's even a downside for me. Like I was talking about it earlier. When I usually have a red day, it's usually when I break my rules. There we go. There we go. So I added a little bit more at 235, but I had another 1,000 shares waiting at 239. Unfortunately, we didn't get back up there, but I'm gonna try to hold these. There we go. Oh, let's do this. Let's go. Nice play, bro. So I got out of my full position at 213 and 217. And if it wants to push back up there, I'll play it again. The Bear Wall Street. If you trade desktop web app, I could program an extension which just copy trades the trade for you on TZ. They get executed on TTP. That's interesting. No, it's good to know. Maybe one day. How much were locates? They were cheap. $4 for 1,000 shares. On 200K account, I don't think he would have any issues taking 500K a year off them. I appreciate that, but I would have to agree. I mean, I trade a 25K account. I usually double it a couple times a month when I have good months. But I get scaling up is not always the same. But if I didn't have to worry about like losing my money, you know what I mean, on a prop firm, I would buy and play it a little more aggressive. But that is, I mean, when I double it, you know, like what was it, a couple months ago, I had a 52K month or month before last. That's that was my second best month of the year, though. I'm not pretending that's normal. It's usually in like the 30, 40K range. Because I usually have that one stupid loss of the month where it's a little too big. But I'm out of this one. This one's actually pretty good. I did well on it. because I, again, didn't go super heavy, but entered a couple thousand shares just because I know I'm not going to get a lot of opportunity today. RDW. It's actually probably not a bad level where it's at because you can see it actually stopped right where, see where these wick, well, close to where these wick down. This is kind of where it looks like it's failing at, but probably not a bad play. But it's not, it's higher market cap than I like. It's over 200 million, but again, to each your own. Maybe it's a play for you, and I hope you kill it, but I'm gonna probably sit this one out. Ooh, I should have just held RIME. Story of my life, but again, I did decent on it, but I probably should have just held it. Is something else moving? Why did it completely fade away? Or was it just time for it to die? Yeah, I think it was just over. I don't know if anything else stole its attention, but that was a good play. One of my favorites. That's just a recap. So if y'all are new, one of my favorite entry criterias is the 200 daily SMA. Does it work every time? No, but it is a area that I will get a little more aggressive on, especially when it showed it fit, like, so it wicked up above it, failed, then when it came back, got my entry. Um, but yeah, that's one of my favorite technical entries. Especially when the company is not that great fundamentally. They were medium overall offering risk and they needed cash, so combine those. I like that short. Yeah, no, thanks for the heads up, Jed's. Was that Jed's Corp? Um, it's probably not a bad play, but yeah, I'll probably sit it out. J Money, are you buying more Bitcoin? I'm always buying more Bitcoin. Now, I need to share with y'all in the Discord my little tracker. So every month I allocate like a certain percentage of my winnings, so like precious metals, gold, real estate, tithing, um, charity, and stocks, and my will strategy. So I just like have a little like 5% goes here, 10% goes here, 20%. I go heavy with real estate, but I'm about to slow that down. That's been my worst performing asset, and that's what I'm the heaviest in. Um, Florida real estate is kind of corrected, so I should have been throwing it more into crypto and gold and stocks. But regardless, yeah, I'm always buying more. I'm just kind of dollar cost averaging in. I don't try to pretend to know what's going to be the next thing to boom, but crypto has been pretty fruitful for me, so I'm gonna keep dollar cost averaging in. Yeah, no, the wheel strategy was killing it earlier this year, but to your point, it hasn't been too great this past week or so. But still, I'm not, even though I'm an aggressive short seller, I'm not an aggressive with my like wheel strategy. So I got a lot of breathing room in my wheel strategy. I don't make like insane returns on it because of that, but still get decent returns on it, better than the market. That's all I'm trying to do. Who do you use it on? Like broker, interactive brokers. Oh, you probably mean which you probably mean which tickers. Yeah, so I was doing SoFi. That was one of my SoFi was actually one of my best ones. But I'll pull up let me pull up my portfolio. So it's Nvidia is the main one. Because I don't only do like, typically I'm only using like four or five. Sometimes I'll do like Google, Apple, and I'm not in them right now, and Microsoft, but they're not volatile enough right now. So I usually get minimal returns on those, but I'll recently started doing SPY since my capital has increased. I do, what's another one? TLT, and what's the other one? I think that might be it. I'll pull it up and see. But that's not, I don't want to get too off topic on that because my voice hurts. Let me see. I think I covered them all. Yeah, that's all the ones I use. And I'm not even doing SoFi anymore. It kind of burned me recently. But for a little bit, SoFi was printing because it was so cheap. You could get so many options on it. No, not dailies. No. I usually do monthlies. That's why I said I'm pretty low risk with it. I, there's so many things that's demanding in my life between my W-2, my Airbnbs, trading. I don't want my will strategy to be like something I have to like stay super close to. So I usually do monthly. There is J Money. There's a lot of money in it. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. Obviously, I make more short selling, but it's a little bit more passive. The will strategy. Just play around with it once a month. Sometimes I'll adjust the position mid-month, but most of the time I just leave it how it is. Because I want it to be low maintenance. Because I know myself, I can become obsessive. So try to make it where I don't even check it too many times throughout the month. Yeah, that's strange. I saw your comment. SoFi is great for willing until it popped. Exactly. Um, Selling option feels like trading without a stop loss. Well, yeah, but with the will, you kind of have a stop loss with the will strategy. Well, not really, but you can do things to prevent the loss from, getting outrageous. But on the flip side, you kind of cap your earnings potential too. But I'll do a will strategy video one day and how I do it. But I do highly recommend it though. You're just not going to get like, you know, again, going back to me trading a 25K account, like my good months, I'll double that. I'm not going to do that with the will strategy. If I get like over 20% return on my will strategy a year, I'm content. I'm happy. Where some months short selling, I'm getting like 200% return. Most people will call BS on it, but whatever. You don't have to believe me. I'm not going to convince you. Because if somebody said that to me, I'd probably call them out too in the beginning. But now that I'm a short seller, I realize there's quite an edge here. But usually once a month, like I was showing y'all, my last time I pulled up my TradeZella, typically I have like one decent loss a month that kind of keeps me. So I think, what was it, month before last, I was at like 32 or 34K on the month, and it could have been much better, but I had like a 12K loss one day. So I typically have like one of those a month, where a loss where I'm just like, man, you shouldn't have let it get this bad. That's why I was excited last month. I didn't have one of those. SEMR is suspended. Oh, was that the buyout? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I'm far from a will expert, guys, so don't ask me too many questions about it. But I feel like I'm more knowledgeable with short selling tenfold, but it's not really that complex. You can make it complex for sure, and I probably could have even better returns if I studied it more. But the concept's pretty straightforward. My voice hurts, so I'm not going to try to explain it. But there's some good YouTube videos out there. That's how I learned. It seems a little intimidating in the beginning, but it's really like, compared to this, like we're thinking, we're making split second decisions on these small cap stocks or that's running against us. I'm trying to time the top. Like will strategy is a breeze. I see why you said that, J Money, though, because Bitcoin keeps dipping. We're at 91 now. And I'm not like this big crypto guy by any means, but I just try to diversify. Keep it simple. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. That's all I have. Okay, so I mean, RIME, it was a nice play, but maybe we'll get another one here in 5 minutes at 8 o'clock. I would like, again, I did decent on it. So if I get me one or two more plays, I'll be content. XRP is so trash. They are the same price now that they were a year ago, even with other things pumping. Yeah, this last year hasn't moved, but I was averaging into it when it was less than $1. But I didn't have much size on it because I wasn't as profitable then of a trader. But my average cost is $1.60. I got my crypto portfolio pulled up, $1.66. So pretty deep in the money on it. But every time I add in the twos, it's just obviously making my average cost go up. But I don't have that big of a crypto portfolio because I only allocate like 5% to crypto. I wish I would have allocated more. Again, I was allocating way too much to real estate. And then gold is up like, I don't know, 50, 60% this year. I wish I would have been buying more gold instead of houses. Yeah, J I don't know if it's cooked, but it's definitely not been as fruitful this year. That's for sure. I think if they keep lowering interest rates, if they do this 50-year mortgage, we're going to see a real estate probably pop again. We're kind of in the great melt up, so I think just most assets are just going to keep, especially if we do this dividend $2,000. I don't know if I don't keep track of this, but the dividend tariff $2,000 to everyone, which is basically a stimulus. You know, they can word it whatever they want, but it's a stimulus. So y'all know what happens when stimulus money goes out. It usually causes inflation. EPWK. But I'm not an expert. I don't know. I missed it. I didn't get a trade idea alert for it. I was kind of just scrolling on my phone because it's not 8 o'clock yet. Where did it pop to? 240? I went right here, right where this. And even if I miss it, I like to kind of just look and see where, and it makes sense where it popped to, right here. No, that's a good point, J Money. Wages have not kept up. I know my channel is short selling, but I think it was J Money. You asked about crypto, so I went on the little rant, but
KZIA.
about how I diversify. But it is something that I am pretty passionate about because so many people find a way to make money, then they end up losing it. And I get what I'm doing is high risk, so that's why I try to take the winnings and put it in things that'll grow. Because it's deeper than just like making some money. You got to keep that money. Most people find ways to make money, but they end up losing it. And I've made some bad investments too. Not saying I haven't, but why I diversify. Because I can't predict the future. So it's 8 o'clock. Looking to see if anything else pops up. The solution is convertible mortgages, not 50-year mortgage. If they do the convertible things, they will get very, very bullish on the housing side. See your comment, J Money. Yeah, it's funny. Everybody's against this 50-year mortgage. Like I'm not. Give me a 200-year mortgage. Give me a 1,000-year mortgage. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be dead before all then anyway. If it makes my monthly payments less and I can cash flow it or live in it cheaper, I think I just view things differently than most people. I get people want to own, but you still have the house. Like, if you can extend my car payments out 100 years, 50 years, I'd do that too. Because I'm going to trade it in before then anyway. I just have a different look about it. Because I see a lot of, but I see why the average consumer wouldn't like it. Because they pay a lot more interest over time. I get that argument, but I have a different view with that. Because just imagine what the value of that house will be in 50 years. Look at historically housing charts. So if you bought it for $1 million, in 50 years, that thing will probably be $3 million. But who knows? But I see the concern with it. But man, this is a brutal pre-market. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness, Joey, that's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. That's wild. Yeah, just trading, you might not be wrong, bro. Yeah, but if you, that's true, J Money. But again, Florida has corrected bad because it was supposed to. That's what markets do. It was raging for a couple of years, and now it's corrected. That's a healthy market. Um, but year over year, houses are still up, so they haven't crashed. Even though Florida's down, other markets are up. Where are you at, J Money? DC? It's strange. You're right. LA is insane because I was there not too long ago, and when I travel, I just like to casually look at like what home prices are, and LA is wild. The prices. But here in Sarasota, they're far from cheap. I can promise you that. Even with this correction, they're still not giving them away. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bad parameters out there, J Money for sure, or bad statistics. Yeah, like um, with housing for sure. I was just talking about the year over year price is sadly still increasing though. But yeah, there's a lot of indicators. That's the word I was looking for. That's concerning in the housing market. Yeah, I don't even really plan on playing EPWK. I just have it up. If it gets to 240, that's the only way I'm entering it. You're right, Ordo. It's Chinese. And I did pull up the EPWK. I thought I did at least. Yeah, I did. It has an 840K float is what I'm seeing on AskEdgar. I don't know if that's right. And it's low overall offering risk. So not my favorite type of play, to say the least. What does FinViz say? But again, there's nothing really else that's catching my attention. It doesn't say. Pete, you know you didn't miss anything. Oh, 15 million? Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, that's shares outstanding. I did see the shares outstanding. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for. Oh, it says, oh, never mind. Shares outstanding. What's the difference? I'm probably not the best to explain this, but it's like it's every share that exists for the company. So the ones held by insiders, institutional, retail, the restricted shares, basically the total supply. Float is the circulating supply, if that makes sense. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. If y'all can survive these slow markets, y'all are going to be excited when it heats up. Honestly, it's a good learning opportunity. It tests me to not just jump blindly into some of these tickers, because that's going to be the key to be thinking about when it gets hot. We're so used to only a few plays. Stack. You can be pickier in a hot market, and I highly recommend being picky in a hot market. I got faked out. But yeah, J Money, you're probably right, bro. Especially with the commercial real estate. I've been hearing about it for a while, but they'll probably find a way to bail it out. Who knows? Yeah, I should have held RIME too. There's nothing else to do. I got out too early. I got on the way too early on this one. EPWK. But yeah, Jelani, and congrats on your day yesterday, bro. Jelani's all low key here in the chat, pulling in 3K days like a boss. Killing it, bro. Z Blurry DJT is a swing. You're on the wrong channel, bro. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you things I don't know. As you can see from the screen, I am shorting small caps. You don't want my opinion on DJT. Just because I don't know. No idea. The wrong person to ask. But looking at the chart, I wouldn't be too bullish on it, but maybe I'm wrong. This is the 99.99% shorting channel. Yeah. Yeah, but not trying to be a troll. I just don't know, bro. There's better people out there to ask. Man, that was ugly. I wonder what they said or did. I don't care enough to look, ask NASCAR. I'm so annoyed I blocked him. I had another troll in one of my shorts videos last night. I didn't post one last night because thought I was dying, but the night before last, some guy was on it just going ham on me. It's so hard for me not to clap back because I actually enjoy it. I'm like, it's not out of anger because deep down I'm a troll too, and I know I'm decent at holding my own, but I have to contain that now that I'm public. I need to chill with it. But he was going in, like commenting multiple times on the same video. Now, I didn't say I want you to troll me. I didn't say that. But I can if somebody claps at me, try to be all chill and calm and cool, collected, whatever. But um, I like to. I don't mind going back and forth with people, but I need to reel that in. Colin, are you on? He texted me one time when I was going back and forth with NASCAR, so try to be present myself better. It's good for the heart. And it's funny because whenever I get, it's not like I'm, because I know I can tell people on X and Twitter or whatever, whenever they'll clap back, you can tell they're angry. I don't really feel that way. I just if you come at me, I got something for you type of joking, you know what I mean? Because none of these people are gonna make me lose sleep at night. We just usually turn it into an inside joke. Like BG bringing up NASCAR now. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, J Money. It's like a sport, but I'm gonna try to reel it in. We need to get Colin on here live. That's the dude. He went. Oh, here he just commented. I am here in the shadows. I love it. Love it. Nah, he's it's good to have him on my side. I need to get him on here to trade live one day. For y'all that don't know, this guy went 60 over 60-day win streak. Verified, it's not BS. Pretty impressive. And he just trades a couple hours in the morning, then signs off. I'm over here trading all throughout the day, and Magnus book. Is it possible to join your Discord channel for a few days for free to try it out before committing to paying? Bro, I have the cheapest. It's only $25. I did have a free trial there for a little bit. How about this? Here in a few days, I'll maybe open a free trial for, what is it, Black Friday. I see everybody doing stuff, but it's only 25 bucks, bro. I try to make it very, very affordable. But shoot me, I don't know, reach out to me. I'm a nice guy. But everybody else had to pay, you know what I mean? So I feel bad like extending it, but I'll probably do another. I did have a free trial for a little bit. I'll probably, how about this? I'll do a free trial before end of week again for a few days. But I get it. $25 is depending on your situation. You know what I mean? I totally get watching your capital. So I'll do a free trial here shortly. But I do intentionally try to make it like affordable. And one of the main reasons I charge for it is just so I'll actually monitor it and care, because if it's, I get pulled in a lot of directions in life. There's not an incentive to stay close to it. I'm going to neglect it. But I love our little Discord now. Still want to grow it. Still, there's a lot more I want to add to it. But I appreciate the community. The pretty good little community. Look at Colin, beginning to trade more during the day due to slow pre-market. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, BG, I appreciate it. Saying that a call out will more than cover the Discord fee. Yeah, you'll get your money's worth in there. And again, I'm not going to pretend like it's this. I still need to build it out more. I want it to grow, but the chat, I mean, between everyone's alerts and stuff, it'll probably pay for itself pretty quick. Speaking of alerts, so none of y'all are using the member alert channel. We all doing it in the chat. So Martin, I don't know if Martin's on, but his son is really good at Discord. So we're going to make it where in the chat, you don't have to go to members alert to post. You can just do like a hashtag alert before you type, and then it'll go to the alert. So if you have the member alerts on or / alert, I can't remember which one we're going with, but the point is, I feel like nobody wants to get out of the chat to go to the member alert to post or whatever. So Martin's son is working on that for us. So he's going to get it where we don't have to leave the chat. We can just / alert. So the people that sign up for just the member alerts, they can get notifications. So Joshua, I don't get your comment. I never call you Joshua. I call you J Money. The mid-2000s high school lunch table either broke you or you survived and became a troll. Oh, bro. Yeah. Well, it's the same reason I don't live stream my phone. If some of my group texts came through here, I would get canceled in like 30 seconds. We all trolls. No, RDW. So the reason I don't like it is the market cap's too high. Mainly, and it's just not up. Well, now it's getting up there a decent amount, but so there's a few things. This little move up right here. So I don't like this grind action. Y'all know that if you've been around. An excessive green candle like this, though, strikes my interest because usually, like we're seeing it right here, there's often a red candle to follow, but yeah, the market cap's too high and it's kind of just grinding up. So that's why I'm not a big fan. I like to try to keep it under 200 million market cap, ideally. I broke my rules yesterday with OLMA and I paid for it. Took a little loss on it. So that's kind of my mindset with it. And it's only up 12%. Yeah, I didn't even pull it up to see. So yeah, no, I like to see them at least 20%. And in hot markets, sometimes I won't jump in until it's 40, 50% up. Because that's why I kind of joke around about some of y'all getting in these little teen pops, you know, or 20% pops. And I'm like, just make sure you adjust that when it gets hot. Because if you get it in a hot market, you get into a 15% pop. In a few seconds, that thing can be at 50%, 100%. So just FYI. So I'll hang out till 8:30. I ended up staying almost the entire time. But yeah, I think I've only taken one trade. Jeez, I should have just slept in, but all good. No, that's wild because in the hot market, sometimes I've already taken 10 trades at this point. And is that excessive? Probably, but um, that's how I trade. A little here, a little there. I know most people will focus on quality, not quantity. I just don't like going too heavy on any of these tickers, to be honest. I don't trust any of them. They're all sketchy to me. So intraday, when I have time to do research and I'm catching backside, that's a different story. But like we're having to like make quick decisions and like I could miss that it's 90% institutional ownership, or I could miss that it's a nano float, or I could miss that, you know, it actually is phase three news and I thought it was phase one. You know, we're moving fast. So that's why I try not to add too much size on these. Just play a bunch of them that I think are solid because it's easy to miss something that's very important. And I'm catching backside. Hey, hey, hashtag no homo. So I'm not the only troll I can see. It's funny. I was explaining football to my wife. Was it a couple days ago? Everything that was like I was saying, I was just like, man, that sounds questionable. That sounds questionable. So funny. If you hear some of the commentators sometimes on these sports, we're usually joking about that too. So 5 minutes till 8:30. I'm gonna see if there is any PRs. But again, I don't love the 8:30 pops as much as the 7:30, 8 o'clock pops. But if there's a good setup, I'll play it. But it's kind of looking like a sad day again. least we call it, or a few of us call it RIME, but man, like I don't even know what to pull up. I hate everything. Like there's no good plays right now that even slightly interest me. And I'm looking at my schedule. I don't know how I'll probably be somewhat active intraday, but I'm not going to promise up in the Discord I'm talking about. Not promise I'm going to be super active, but I'll definitely, let me look at my schedule, make sure before I overpromise anything. I'll probably, yeah, no, I'll be able to live stream after hours in the Discord today. It's been, I mean, what was it? Monday, I had to resort to YouTube, and if y'all want to watch the recap, I basically give my secrets there. It's posted here, but last 2 days in after hours have been pretty solid. So I'll probably, I'm like 95% sure I'll live stream in the Discord today. After hours, because it's been a lot of nasty flushes at the beginning of after hours, so. Yeah, it's strange. Intraday is it's usually hit or miss with me. I've been trying to play more backside though. Once I start seeing like lower highs lately, but no, it's you can get caught up in some of my bigger losses are in intraday, not pre-market. Because once they turn bullish and they keep breaking new highs, you got to have good risk management or that thing will take off. But there hasn't really been very many runners since the market's been cool. At least the last couple of days, there hasn't been like anything too crazy. Or if there was, I didn't get caught up in it. I called $6 on AGIO. Nice. Let's go. $6. That's true. Everybody's talking about in Nvidia earnings. That helps my money rotation theory even more. Another distraction. But yeah, small caps will probably, they were honestly kind of slow yesterday too. Not a lot of liquidity, but they flushed nicely. So 8:30, let's see if we get a pop. If not, I'm gonna sign off here shortly. But thank y'all for hanging out, even though it's been pretty brutal. And again, this is kind of expected. We go through these market cycles. This is kind of extreme slow market, I will admit, but before we know it, it'll be hot again. And I honestly don't like it when it's very, very hot. I like it when it's like medium. But this is like super, super rough. Even saw like Moon Market post something on X yesterday, like almost apologizing because like his pumps aren't working or because the market's so slow. So I've heard Ross say it. I've heard Moon Market say it. I've been saying it. This is kind of brutal small caps, but I've seen it before. Maybe not this extreme, but I've seen very slow markets. And then all it takes is like one or two plays just popping off or some theme to take over, and then all hell's loose. It's usually not like a gradual increase. It's like, boom, now we're hot again. It's kind of crazy. No, it's strange for sure. That's why I say, and I'm looking for these 8:30 pops. I'm not seeing anything, guys, but I'm gonna keep monitoring a few more minutes. I'm sure you've been on these streams for a minute now. That's why I say that I like the slow markets typically because I don't have to worry about the parabolic moves and like getting my face ripped off. That's kind of why I said like medium. Like I like slower markets, but again, this is an extreme. I haven't been doing it, short selling that long, about 3 years, or profitable 3 years. But I mean, it's about when I started short selling. But I do like the slower markets, but this one's a little different. And then the hot market, it's just got to focus more on backside. Make sure the move's over. Make sure you're not blindly entering because it's, there's ways to offset it because then the moves are just so much more massive. Instead of worrying about 20% pops, like we're catching 100% fades, you know what I mean? Like just like RIME, you know what I mean? This fell, what was this? A 20% pop, 30% pop? Like you'll get like 100% moves like this, and then they'll fade just like this, and you can just bank on these plays. But again, it's just about like not getting in too early. You got to make sure you find a good level to enter, maybe wait for confirmation, wait for backside. But a lot of money to be made, but a lot of money to be lost too if you get in a little too early. So. Anyways, guys, probably gonna wrap up. But for the Discord people, I'll be on after hours today. I'm gonna keep it going. This honestly been the most consistent lately, so I'll hop on after hours again today. We'll see if we can find some more fades, but I'm not seeing much. But on that note, guys, appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was a brutal one, but thank y'all for tuning in, and I will see y'all. What's today? Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. So see y'all then.